First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Tight end right. Gun. Front. Lady. Shine it. 59's Mike. 59. Gun. Check. 59. Come on.
On 2nd down, Wilson.
Watch the ship.
And it's hauled in by Nick Vanette. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Give him 30 yards there. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lift their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. The former Gamecock here, this is Mike Davis. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Right. Watch tight end. 3 down.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
18.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got his target. That's more. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Tight right.
A 1st down carry for Davis. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
That's it, baby. That's it. Big hit. Gotta go, in and out. Let's go. Strong left. Alert. Odd. 5 down. Stand up in. Alert flare. 14, Friday. He's checking. Right.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Flush to his right.
Check.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
No, we've seen some good pressure defensively already here in the 1st quarter. Here's another good example.
Crash.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down.
Check third. Big jumbo. Trips right. Switch gears. Check.
Now it's Wilson. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Hey. We got 3.
Wilson on the keeper. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Strong right.
They'll try to run for Davis. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Check.
Wilson looking to throw on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. And it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2, and they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. Stonewalled on 2nd down. Now let's see what they can do on 3rd and goal from the 2.
Odd. 5 down. Stand up in.
They'll toss it out to Carson, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there, taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Janikowski adds the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Nice check. Touchdown. Nice check.
Out to kick is Janikowski. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Tight right. Ready. White 25. 4 down.
From the gun, it's Ryan. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Ready. Single. 12. Slam. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. I got one.
Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he's able to get up here to the 26. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. Here we go on 4th down with Ryan. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it, and it'll be a turnover on downs. As Seattle makes their way back out here, Charles, let's take a little deeper dive as they go into the offseason, what they need to do. They led the NFL in rushing yards. You talked about it. They ran the football well. Where do they need to improve?
Maybe a little less stubbornness in establishing the run at times, because Chris Carson, their lead back, didn't get started against Dallas. Mike Davis couldn't add a whole lot. Rashad Penny, who was a rookie, he didn't add a whole lot in that one as well. Sometimes you have to let Russell Wilson be the guy and let him throw it around. They'll continue to work on that in the offseason and fortify him with a few more weapons on the perimeter, I believe. What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
They'll set up the screen with Davis. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
14. 3 down.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker.
Hey, let's go.
Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Ready. Black 25. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Double tight. Double tight. 4 down. 4 down. Alert.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this.
12. Watch tight. Watch tight. Tight end right. Tight end right. Blue 80. Blue 80. Hey. Hey, we are.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. Going underneath, it's Coleman. A really nice gain of 25 yards. 1st down now, but that clock rolling.
Hey, Tuesday.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the off.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, 1st down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
After the interception, here's Wilson. A dump off for Davis. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It'll be a gain of 6, and it's a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Tight. 190. 14. Mike's 59.
Here's Wilson. He's got the tight end, Vanette. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he's got Lockett. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. As the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Wilson now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Let's go, 14.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Here's the sneak with Wilson, and he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Russell Wilson scoring on the sneak from a yard out, and the Seahawks add on to their lead. Janikowski good with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Out to kick is Janikowski. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Before this next drive gets going, we need to discuss the Hall of Fame inductees. There will be 8 in the 2019 class. We got Champ Bailey, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law. Who else am I forgetting in there?
Well, how about a big guy, a lineman, Kevin Mawai, who was absolutely terrific in his career. How about Ed Reed with the Baltimore Ravens and the great job he did in the secondary there? Pat Bowlen, Gil Brandt as contributors, the owner of the Broncos and the longtime scout with the Cowboys. And I love the senior committee bringing in Johnny Robinson, the safety with Kansas City.
Tony Gonzalez was a first ballot guy. And, of course, when I hear Ty Law's name, you think, wow, he started this great Patriots dynasty that we're still living in.
You're exactly right. And the Patriots, with all of their championships, probably...
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better.
We'll find out. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
We got 4. Ready! Black 25! Switch! 21!
Now Ryan on 1st down. Looking deep downfield. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Ready. White 25. Hey, express. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. 21. Hey, watch the slant.
Throwing again. Ryan. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Gone. Blue Eddie, sit on it. White 25. Go.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
On. 54. Mike 54.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
21.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
54.
That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again.
Right. 21. 21. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Wide 25. Sit on.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5.
Ready. Blue Eddie. 4 down. Let go.
Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Blue Eddie, sit on. Blue Eddie. Mike's 5-4. Wide 25.
On 1st down, Ryan. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Shift. Check 9. Wait. Mike's 11. Mike's 54. Let's go, defense. Let's go.
On 2nd down, Ryan. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Strong right. Blue Eddie. Ready, Blue Eddie. Even. 4 down. Even. Alert 3.
Now it's Ryan. That is caught inside the 5. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. It's Coleman here, and he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tevin Coleman taking it in from a yard out, and the Falcons draw a bit closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Give him 30 yards there.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Spread left, spread left. Watch 89. Watch
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth and final quarter.
Congratulations to the fans sitting in Section 44, row 9, seat 13. You're the winner of a 5.1 surround sound home theater system. Please stop by the souvenir shop on the lower level at the conclusion of the game to pick up your prize. And don't forget to bring your ticket.
We go, let's go get it, baby. Let's go, Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
To throw is Wilson. To throw on second down. Underneath to Davis. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Watch tight. Tight end right.
They keep it with Davis on first down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Yeah, baby.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably run this all the way before snapping it on second down. Incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. Wilson. And this is caught. He hits more. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They'll run with Davis. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Run to the ball. We got a runner. Yeah, baby. Yeah. They don't want it, fellas.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's third and goal. Every yard they gain, getting them better and better field position, and obviously a field goal makes this a two-score contest. That's really all they need.
And that means for your play caller, he's not looking to the attack portion of his sheet, right? He's looking for, okay, what do we have that's going to keep us in a good spot? No lost yardage plays. Let's kick a field goal and go up 2 scores. If we score a touchdown, great. But that's not what we're doing.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson, his second touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt-away-the-game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run-pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. And I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time.
21!
Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
54, Sam! 3 down. Ready! Blue 80! Check safety, check safety! Ready, go!
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
And I think we'll probably see them go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Ready! Back 25! 3 down. 25 today!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And it would appear that the Seahawks are going to win this. Football game. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
4 down, check! 19. 4 down.
Now it's Carson. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Grady Jarrett with the tackle. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game.
One play at a time, guys. Let's go. Tempo. Tight end right. 3 down, right.
They run again with Carson. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. As the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This time it's 3rd and 3.
3 down.
To throw is Wilson. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. And what are the whistles for a timeout? So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. This to make it a 3-score game later. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the 8 men.